you know that there's a theory that says that you as an individual are connected to every single person on this entire planet, and that just through 6 single handshakes? I know it sounds quite weird and impossible, literally. 6, that's it. How can this be? Well, you, a friend of a friend, and so on, until you reach, well, maybe the President of the United States, maybe your celebrity crush, or maybe just a simple fisherman somewhere in the deepest rural area of Japan or the mountains of Ethiopia, some shepherd, I don't know, you name it. 6 steps, every single human being on Earth. Let's jump into it with this new video. And I know this whole topic sounds insane, but let's just go through it and look how this can be. The first idea of it was proposed in 1929 by the Hungarian writer named Frigyes Karanfi, and he wrote a short story claiming that anyone on Earth could be connected to anyone else, you name it, through a chain of no more than 5, maybe 6 handshakes. At the time, just a beautiful idea, but no proof really behind it, because how would you prove that? How would you measure something like that? So then, in 1967, a psychologist named Stanley Milgram decided to actually test it, and he gave letters to random people in Nebraska and Kansas and asked them to get those letters to a specific stockbroker in Boston. And the catch was with this experiment that they could only pass the letter to someone they personally knew. And I know you're curious, what were the results? Well, the letters arrived in an average of just 6 steps. No more, no less. 6 degrees of separation, a thought experiment, and now it was literally confirmed. But here's where it gets even more interesting, at least in my opinion. Because in 2016, Facebook analyzed their entire friend network, which meant 1.59 billion active users, and found that the average number of degrees of separation between any 2 people on the platform was just 3.57. So not even 6, but less than it, which is quite crazy in my opinion. And 5 years later, in 2011, the same research across 729 million users had found 3.74, meaning that as more people joined, the world actually got more and more connected, and not less, as you might have thought in the beginning. And now just let that sink in for a second. In a world of nearly 8 billion people, you are just 3.5 steps, theoretically, away from anyone. Sabrina Carpenter, Donald Trump, or I don't know who. So what does this actually mean for your life? Well, in theory, nothing. You can't build anything on it. But it means the mentor you've been waiting for is just 3 steps away. Just imagine it. The person who could change the direction of your career, your entire life, professionally or personal, is just 3 steps away. The friend who would understand you better than anyone else on this entire world could just be 3 steps away. I mean, why not? Because the connection exists theoretically, we just saw it in the experiments, and it has always existed. The only question is whether you're willing to reach for it or not. And this is where I want to get honest with you, because most people spend their entire lives inside a circle of maybe, let's say 15 to 20 people maybe, same conversations, same ideas, same perspectives, recycled and recycled in an endless loop. Or at least it feels like it. So there's an old saying: if you're the smartest person in the room, which I find quite interesting, then leave the room. And I want to be clear, this is not because those people don't matter to you, because they're dumb or anything. No, because growth requires friction. And it requires perspectives that challenge yours. It requires people who are operating at a level that makes you slightly uncomfortable, because that discomfort is exactly where you expand. And I mean, it makes totally sense. I mean, if I want to learn how to swim, I don't watch someone riding a bike. No, I'm watching someone who is an athlete in swimming, who knows how to dive deeper than anyone else. This is who I watch out for, and no one who does not, in fact, know how to do these things. So in summary, the people around you are not just your social circle. No, they are the ceiling of your thinking. Choose them accordingly to your goals, to you as a person who does understand you. And I can assure you, I know this. If someone in your life is constantly pulling you down, draining your energy, dismissing your ambitions, and making you feel smaller instead of bigger, well, this is not a good and healthy relationship. It's just not. That is something like a trap, if you want to call it like that. So you are allowed to outgrow people. Just be brave enough. In fact, sometimes it's even necessary. And so this is what I want you to leave with. The world is smaller than your fear makes it feel. 3.5 steps. That's all it separates you from the life you keep imagining, from the people you keep imagining spending time with. Reach out to someone you've been putting off. Go to the event, the party you keep making excuses to avoid. Say yes to the introduction that feels slightly out of your comfort zone. Just leave it. Finally, because it's your time and I personally believe in you. Because somewhere in those 3.5 steps is a version of your life you haven't discovered yet, and I would really appreciate if you just take the chance to discover it right now. The only thing standing between you and the version we just spoke about is one conversation. Just imagine it. It's crazy to think about. At least I think so, and I hope you too. Guys, God bless you, truly, as always. Always remember, don't wait until the perfect day. No, make this very day perfect. See you in the next one.